handful of women stand quietly but defiantly. They're here to protest the Taliban's de facto ban on girls going to school after 5th grade, a small act of great courage. Taliban fighters start to pour in, their heavily armed presence a menacing question mark. For a moment, it seems the Taliban may have come to protect the women. But the illusion is quickly shattered. The senior Talib rips a phone out of one woman's hands. His men shove journalists back. We try to keep filming, but the Taliban don't want the world to see.
They're ripping the women's posters. No, put it away, put it away, put it away, put it away.
A machine gun burst sends a clear message. The protest is over. Maulavi Nasrullah tells us he is the head of the Taliban's intelligence services in Kabul and that the women did not have permission to protest.
Would you have given them permission if they had asked for one?
Yes, of course, he says, we would have. But permissions are elusive, and previous protests have met a similar fate. At almost every beauty salon, images of women's faces have been defaced, as if to erase them from public life completely. The women inside this salon are too scared to appear on camera.
Hi.
I ask them about the posters outside.
Who did it?
Taliban.
The Taliban did it.
Yeah.
The Taliban came and drove away the protesters. Then they cursed us and said to remove the posters, they tell me. They told us to put on a burqa and sit in our homes. On the other side of town, English teacher Atifa Watanyar is also working hard to give her students a better future.
Please open your books.
The past year has not been easy. In May, a horrific bombing targeted the Saeed al-Shahada school where she teaches, taking more than 80 innocent lives.
So you were here when the explosions happened?
Yes, I was in front of the door.
You were in front of the door. Did you see it with your own eyes?
Yes, I saw a very huge explosion in front of the other door.
Incredibly, the school reopened. But weeks later, the Taliban swept to power and announced that for the time being, from 6th through 12th grade, only boys should come to school. In the 5th grade classroom, the girls are excited to test their English skills.
Hi. Hi. I want you to raise your hand if you love school.
Wow. Everybody loves school.
This may well be the last year they get to come and study, yet they are still full of hope for the future.
Raise your hand to tell me what you want to be when you grow up. What do you want to be?
Doctor.
Doctor. Okay.
16-year-old Sanam used to have dreams too. She wanted to be a dentist. The explosion at her school left her with serious injuries. But she was brave enough to go back, for the sake, she says, of her close friend who could not.
I felt that I must go back and study, for the peace of her soul.
So right now, you cannot go to school. How does that make you feel?
I feel all my dreams are crushed and buried, for I won't be allowed to go to school and study. All my motivation is completely gone.
And yet, recently, she has started to read her books again and study a little bit every day. Just one more small act of great courage.